Good morning, students. How are you all? I am sure you are in good health, and I pray that you may be in good health. This is the first time when I will be teaching you any subject. So far, I was just coming and visiting you and seeing that things are well. But this time, this is the first time I will be teaching you. First thing which I would like to say is, now you know that we are facing the pandemic of COVID-19. Take care of yourself. Be healthy. Eat well and keep your immunity system strong. Eat healthy food. Eat house-made food. Laugh, enjoy, and be with your family. That is what is important. Now, this is the lessons which are going on. Do not take tension, but try to understand. Do not learn for the sake of marks, but learn in order to have some knowledge. Let me come to the topic of geography. Students, I just want to know, is geography really required? Is it really helpful for you in your life? Geography is really very helpful, as many of you have said. Now, what is this geography? What it helps us? Okay, geography is something about, it tells about for us about some direction of the place, the location of the place where it is located, how is the surrounding, how is the climate, what is the vegetation of that place, what are the transport and means of communication in that place, what kind of people stay there, what is their custom, what is their culture, what is their food habits, what are the plants grown over there, what are the animals over there, which rivers are there, which museums are there, which are the heritage sites over there, what is the attire or dressing of those people, what are the food habits of those people. And let us see in India itself, there are different states, and each different state has different languages, different way of wearing clothes, their food habits are different, the animals are different in different place, the cultivation of crops are different, the minerals found in that area are different, north, south, east and west direction. The climate also changes. So these all things come in geography. You'll see there are some areas which are mountainous area, some area which are plain area. So everything depends upon the area, the topography of that place. And now, if I want to move from one place to another place, okay, there is something which helps us. Globe is the thing which helps us to finding out the place, the location. And there is something else also which helps us in finding out the location. What is that? Can you all tell me? Just think. Globe is the whole representation of the earth. Globe. But there is something which also helps us in finding out the location of the place. What is that? It comes in a paper format also. What? Yes, maps. When you have to go from one place to another, you will have some map location from where to. Even if you travel today, you put GPS on your car, so you can move from one place to another. Am I right? Yes. So maps, what does map help? Map helps us to find out the location of that place, and it helps us to move over to that place. That is the use of maps. Then maps are different maps according to various themes. So because of the themes of the map, it is called thematic maps, based on the themes. Okay. Then even we have, like for example, temperature, we have the rainfall, we have the crops, rice, maize, animals, transportation. Based on this also, the maps are there, which tells us that in this area, what is the rainfall, average rainfall, It also tells what are the animals found in this area based on the themes, again I say. So this is a distribution of variation. Then you will see there are different types of distribution of maps, distribution of variables of map. We will learn in this lesson. Okay, let us go to the lesson called distributional maps. First lesson is distributional map. Okay, we have, see, you have studied district, state and country maps in the earlier classes in environmental studies and geography subjects. The main aim of maps is to show the location of a place, okay, and distribution of variables. Some maps are prepared with special themes. Such maps are called thematic maps. What are the thematic maps? What are the thematic maps? Some maps are prepared with special themes. Such maps are called thematic maps. Through such maps, distribution of various variables in a region is shown. Distribution of temperature, rainfall, population, etc. is shown on the map according to the data of these variables. Now these maps are useful to explain the distribution of these variables in the region. Such maps easily bring out the patterns of distribution. To draw distributional maps, we need statistical data of the variables. Distribution can be shown in the three following ways on a map. Now distribution of map, the topic is distributional map. Now how these distributional maps we are having? First is the dot method, then comes the choropleth method, and then comes the isopleth method. There are methods in different way of it. For example, if I want, we have pie chart, okay, we have what you call graph. Okay, we can represent our variables. You might have gone through the pie chart and graph in maths. Okay, if you want to find out something, you can present your data through graph, numerical graph, as well as the pie chart. So same way, maps are also can be this what you call temperature, rainfall, population. Can be, these are the three methods like dot method, choropleth method, and whereas isopleth method. Now these three methods, what are these three methods to show through the map? Let us see. For example, dot method. The first method is dot method. Now when you hear the word called dot, means dots. Okay, now even that in dots there is a lot of things. Let us listen, let us hear. Dot method. Okay, a dot map is prepared using statistical data. While preparing dot maps, only data gathered through counting is used. Okay, now you count how many things are there in that area and that you represent through dots. Okay, the way a variable is distributed throughout the region, the dots are used to show its distribution on the map. For example, the population of a region, the distribution of cattle, etc. I told you different variables, that is different things, are represented through these three methods, and here we are using dots to show that. Now to show distribution through dot method, the value of dot has to be determined. The value of the dot has to be determined. Like for example, one dot means 100 people. Okay, one dot means 100 people. So you have to give value to that dot. To do that, the lowest and the highest values of a given variable in a region are taken into consideration. Means how many people are there in that area. Suppose if there are 500 people and one dot means 100 people. So how many dots you have to draw? Correct, 5 dots you have to draw. That means one dot is 100 people and there are 500 people in that area, means 5 dots you have to draw. 5 into 100 becomes 500 people. Did you understand the value? Okay. Accordingly, the number of the dots are determined. Also, we need to consider the size of the dot. Now, first thing is about the dot. Suppose if you draw small dot, it means 100 people are there. If you draw bigger dot, bigger size, you can have to give that the value of 200 dots, 200 people. Take a big dot and give it the value of 500. Now, in one area, suppose in Maharashtra, if you catch there are 600 people, so what you are going to do? The bigger size is, big dot is how much? 300 people. And another dot is 200 people. So it has to be that dot as well as the another small dot. I will show that afterwards. Okay. The density of the variable and the scale of the map. The number of dots to be given for the value of variable in each sub-administrative units need to be decided first. The following precautions should be taken while using the dot method for a map. Now what precaution should be taken while using the dot method is first. The size of the dot should be uniform. Suppose if you are drawing the small dot, it should be 100 only people. Again, you cannot use 200 people. Same dot cannot be 200 people. Only one uniform value should be given to that dot. If you are drawing the small dot, should be of 100, means everywhere it should be 100. It cannot change. Then second is the distribution of physiography, water sources, transport system, etc. for region should be considered while placing dots on a map. While showing population distribution, rural population is shown by dots and circles are used to show urban population. Now, dots when you use rural population, dots only. But for urban population, circles are used. The dot method is most suitable for that variable which is freely scattered across the region, not in one place but across the region it is spread. So for those all variables you have to use dot method. Now for example, in figure 1.1, okay, the population distribution map of Amravati district is given. Answer the given questions by reading the distributional map shown by the dot method. Okay, like for example, what is the population of the Amravati town? Second is name the place having population of 1 lakh on the map. Third, which part of the map shows sparse distribution of population? Now you see that, okay, here as I told you, okay, this you can see each dot 10,000 population, okay, each dot 10,000 in rural area, each dot 10,000 population of main cities 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh. You can see the dots, small dot over here. So this small dot means 10,000 population. In main cities, this dot, see, size of the dot is increased from year to year. How much became 50,000? Now uniform method. So here this dot is 10,000. Again you cannot put that this dot is also 20,000. No, this dot is 10,000 means 10,000. Here 50,000. Here 1 lakh. See 2 lakh and see 5 lakh. Bigger dot size. Okay, size changes. Now this is the Amravati district distribution of population is given. See this area. You can see this. Okay. Now you can see this dot. This one dot is, as I said, small dot is 10,000. So you have to count the dots. How many dot is there? So when you count this dot, how much people are there in this area? You come to know. Now if you see this area, there are few dots sparsely here. So there are less people. Now you come to Achalpur. You see this one. How much size it is? Almost it is like around 1 lakh. It is 2 lakh people. Okay, 2 lakh people. So Achalpur 2 lakh people is there, and again small dots are there. It is 10,000 each. You see then again you come to Anjangaon Surji. Again one big dot is there. That will be around 50,000 to 1 lakh, and then this all people. Again here. Yes, you see, to come to the Amravati, the middle place. See this size, see this size and see this size. Okay, 5 lakh. So this is 5 lakh. Now this dot is 5 lakh, but these small dots are 10,000. So 5 lakh plus this all dots is the total population in this area. So Amravati less. Now you see the less population is this area. The more dense population is here in Amravati. Okay, big 5 lakh and the remaining people. You can see how the dots are marked. See over here, Varudu. Okay, that's 50,000 and the remaining. You can see, is it clear? So this is about dot method. Clear? Okay. Now second what we are talking, this you can see figure 1.1 to dot method. Now second is chloropleth method. Second is what? Chloropleth method. You can see the chloropleth method. Same thing, but chloropleth method. Density of population over here. First was distribution of population. Now here is a density of population. Means how many people are the dense. As I said here, this density of this population, distribution of population was shown through dot method. Now this one is shown through the color. You can see the color, faint color. You can see this color. You can see this color. The faint colors and the dark color. Now density means how many people. The more the darker the color, the more is the population. The fairer the color, the less population. Okay. Now this is also given to that. Okay. Here you can see density of population per square meter. Per square meter. Now the faint one is less than 100. Means there are only 100 people per square meter, square kilometer. In square kilometer, per square kilometer, only there are 100 people. Here it is 101 to 200. Little darker than that. 201 to 300 people per square kilometer. Then see it increases. And here it is more than 400 per square kilometer density of population. Okay. Is it clear? So, as we said, 5 lakhs are there and more than that. So, more than 400 people per square kilometer. That means in per square kilometer, in 1 square kilometer, there are 400 people. Understood? Whereas here, less than 100 people are there. And see here, more than 400 people in 1 square kilometer. So, the density is more. And you can see the faint color. You can see Chikaldhara is very less. That means in Chikaldhara, there are less than 100 people staying here. So you can see this dot method. Only few people you can see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, like 1 lakh, 2. So less people are there in Chikaldhara. The density. Here density is less. But then how many people are there in per square kilometer? Less than 100 people are there in per square kilometer. Now this area is so big. Okay. But then in per square kilometer only 100 people are staying. But here you see less people are there, square kilometer also is less, but the density is so much that in per square kilometer more than 400 people are staying. Is it clear? Understood? Here you can see Achalpur, little darker, almost might be 301 to 400 people are staying in this area in per square kilometer. Okay. Here you saw Achalpur. Okay. Almost around 2 lakh and then more people. Okay. 10,000. Got it? What is Korovlev method? Here tints are used. Tints means shades. Shades are used. Shade. You can see the shade, no? It's increasing. Dark, light, or dark, little lighter, and then faint. This is the tint method. That is called Korovlev method. This is the dot method. And something is the next one is that you can see this one is black and white pattern. That is Isopleth method. You can see the lines. Darker lines, lighter lines. You can see the smaller the lines are there. Same density of population, same dot method or tint method, that is called Korovlev method. And here we have the Isopleth map, that is black and white patterns are used. Okay, patterns are used, black and white pattern, tint. Okay, you can see here the dark and the gap also. You can see this gap and you can see this gap. You can see these are black and white, no? It is not color. Whereas what we used here in dot method was color, and here also was color, dark shade and all. But here it is black and white, whole black and white. Did you get it? Here you can see this. Yes. Here also you can see. See these lines. More the bigger the space is there, less than 100 people. As we saw in Chikaldhara, there are only less people. So it is less. Whereas here you see so dense. You can see smaller line and dark, very dark it is. Darker than all these lines. Same you can see the Amravati. As we had shown, no? Almost above 5 lakhs and then more people. And darker it was, tint way. And black and white also you can see. Okay, Chikaldhara and see this one. Amravati. Chikaldhara and Amravati. This is called Isopleth method where the patterns are used. Patterns. You can see the different patterns. You can see this pattern. You can see this pattern. You can see this pattern. And it is black and white. Okay. Clear? Now let us see what is Korovlev method. In this map, the data regarding various geographical variables is shown by shades of tints of various colors. I showed you, lighter, faint, dark, very bright. While making such maps, the data used for different variables is obtained through various processes such as measurement, surveying, etc. In this method, only one value is given to one sub-administrative region. The smallest and the largest value of the given data of the variable are taken into consideration. After that, 5 to 7 classes are made. As I said, 5 to 7 classes are made. Okay. These are called classes. These are called classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes. Okay. Then 5 classes are made. Each class is assigned a tint of the same color. Okay. You can see same color but faint. These are called tints. Second is also or black and white pattern. You can see over here black and white pattern. Okay. Black and white pattern. So choropleth and isopleth. Okay. The shades or the patterns become darker with the increasing value of the given variable and are drawn accordingly on the map in the given classification. That is 1.2a and 1.2b. Here you can see 1.2a over here. This is 1.2a choropleth map. You can see now as it goes up it becomes darker and darker in 1.2a choropleth map tints, whereas in here okay 1.2b isopleth map black and white patterns. You can see okay as it goes up it becomes darker and the pattern also changes. So same way is everything over here. Okay, we got the population density maps of Amravati district using color shades and black and white patterns are shown. Read any one map in detail and answer the following questions. So you have to read any one of them and find out the answer for that. Now the second, I thought about the patterns, isopleth map method. You have seen contour maps and isobar maps in earlier classes. Now isopleth method also is one more thing. Okay, in this map the distribution was shown with the help of lines showing equal values. When the distribution of variable is continuous, the isopleth method is used to show its distribution. For example, altitude, temperature, rainfall, etc. For these maps we need to obtain, there is another what is called contour. Okay, now your lines are used. Okay, this is isopleth map only but lines are used. Okay, average annual rainfall Amravati district. Okay, here you see the shade classes are there. Okay, 800, 900, 1000 classes. You can see the color also moves. And now this is drawn to the line. Okay, see from one hole, from here this line goes up to here, it is 1300 rainfall. This whole area receives that much rainfall. Now from here 1200 to here, you can see here how it goes line. Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes, it goes. Now till on this all area between these two, this part, no, whole this much part. Hold this much part. Okay, will receive how much rainfall? 1200. Okay, now here you see this area from 900 is here, correct? And from then gap is from 800. You see how it goes, 800. Okay, 800. See here. Now this whole area received how much average? 800. Okay, average rainfall over here is annually is 800. Whether 900 went like that, see from here it went 900 here, same thing again came here. This whole area receives 900. This area and this area receive 900. Okay, millimeters of rainfall. 900 millimeters of rainfall. Okay, but here this whole area between this receives 800 millimeters of rainfall annually, average. Okay, average it is. Understood? This is called isopleth method. Now what is used over here is lines. What is used? Lines. In another isopleth method previously what was used? It is called, you can see, the black and white pattern. Actually this black and white pattern should be part of choropleth method. And isopleth method should be only contour lines. Let us see what is this isopleth map. Okay. Okay. The accurate data regarding the altitude, temperature, rainfall, etc. of some places in a region is assumed that it is assumed that the difference between the altitude or rainfall of two places changes at a uniform rate. See, from this place to this place, from this place to this place, same rain, same average millimeter doesn't changes. This whole area receives same way. This area receives 900, this area receives 900. This whole on this map, same thing. Okay, changes to places changes at a uniform rate. The sub-administrative units are not taken into consideration here. Statistical data belongs to the respective places. Such data is known as point-related data, point to point. Okay, point-related data. Values of the variable are written on the map at their respective locations. You can see here 800 is written, 800 is written. Means whole this one. Here see 900 is written. Here 900. Here 900. Okay. See here it is given how it is mentioned. If the data for more places is available, mapping of the distribution can be done more accurately. On the basis of this information, isobloth maps are prepared using the steps below. Now this is about isobloth map. By considering the highest and the lowest values of the variable, the class interval is decided to draw the isobloth maps, which in turn decides the difference between the lines. Okay, you can see here 800 is the lowest, highest is 1300. So you should know which is the lowest and which is the highest, and then according to that you have to give the gaps. You can see here 800, 900, 1000, 1100, 1200, 1300 millimeters of average annual rainfall. So once you know which is the lowest and which is the highest, then you can give the lines. Okay. Yeah. Second point, lines are drawn for the decided interval. Locations with the same value are joined by a line. Now you can see this year and this year are joined. This point and this point having same rainfall are joined. So within this area all receive 900 millimeters of rainfall. It doesn't receive 1000 or doesn't receive 800, but it receives same value. Got it? Following conclusions are drawn on the basis of the maps prepared in such a way. If the lines are closer to each other, then the change in the variable is steep, and if the lines are away from each other, then it is gentle. Now here it is very steep, you can see, but here it is very gentle. Such a big space, correct? We get an idea of the natural trend of the distribution of the variable with the help of the map. In figure 1.3, the rainfall map of Amravati district is given. Read the map in detail and answer the questions. These are the questions which are given, which you have to answer. Okay, yeah. Now read the maps given in figure 1.4 and 1.5. This is 1.4, this is 1.5 rainfall. Okay, this is Kolhapur district, density of rural population. Okay, rural population. Now this is what method is used here? Black and white pattern. You can see the pattern is used. You can see the pattern, this pattern, and it is black and white. Understood? So this comes under which map? It comes under isobloth map. Okay, this is what is given, the questions which you have to answer. Now here you tell me what is given here. It is the contour lines. You can see the lines are there. Whole this is same. See here, see lines. So that lines. So now this is come under again under isobloth map. Isobloth map where it is contour lines are used. So again here you have to give answer. Now we will prepare a map using dot method. Okay, this is the examples which this is the things which are given to prepare a map. Okay, next. Yes, here district of Nandurbar is given. Okay, Nandurbar district, and this is what is given. Yes, you can see over here all the things are mentioned like very high. These are what? Tint. Okay, color changes, no? Tint. Okay, if these are peak means this one is shown. This is the symbol for peak. This is a symbol for ghat. This line which goes like that, which goes like that. Then the river, then the lake reservoir. You see district headquarters, taluka headquarters, other. You see taluka boundary. You see national highway how it is mentioned. Other highways how it is mentioned. You see the railways it is mentioned. These are the things which are you can find out here. Yes, okay. So based on this one, now this is what you can see. You will say that it is district headquarters. This what you will say. Naupura what you will say. It is taluka headquarters. Okay, like that it is given. How to search that. Now this is what is given. This is the railway line. This is the river. See the blue color river is given. Okay, blue color river is given. You have to search where is peak and all, no? Everything is given. See here it is. Chansai Ghat. You see the Ghat. Here see the peak is there. Okay, correct? So you have to go through that. Now see, rural population in 2011 in Akkalkuwa, how much was the rural population? It is over given over here. Okay. So values of population. Sorry. Values of population, for example, one dot means 10,000 people, so that you can decide how many dots to be given to each sub-administrator. Now you have to prepare one map. Okay, rural population is given this much. Now one dot means 10,000 people. So in Akkalkuwa, how many dots you are going to prepare to make this much number? You have to prepare that. To draw dots of the uniform size, make a ball pen refill, close the back end. Okay, this is what is given. Now you prepare one map. Okay, you prepare a small map, and in that small map you have to give this one. Okay, and according to see the number of population. Now you know one dot means how many people? 10,000 people. So now according to that you see how much dots are to be prepared. Okay. Okay, now you have to make one dot which is 10,000 people. So now according to that, how many dots will come in Akkalkuwa? If one dot is 10,000, then how many dots you have to prepare to make it this much? So now you have to prepare that. Okay, then compare your dot map with other students and arrange a discussion in the class. So you have to prepare that chart. Okay, for your homework, take one paper, and on the paper draw like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas in one, like that you take, and draw 6 parts like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and give them names for that: Akkalkuwa, Akrani, Toloba, Shahadat, Nalaba. And according to that, now you have to see one dot means 10,000 people. So how many dots are to be prepared to make 2,15,974, 1,89,000? So how many dots will come, that you have to plan out. If one dot is 10,000 people, so how many dots will come in Akkalkuwa, that you see. Okay. These are the questions which you have to write down the answers for these questions. Okay. These are the questions which you have to complete. So now you see biggest dot. Here it is given, no, 20 lakh, 10 lakh, 5 lakh. Based on this you have to write down the answers. Before that, one more part is there is something called geographical field visit. Now, this is helpful when you go to some place for field visit. Now keep in mind, go through this one, because in next year in 10th standard you will have the first lesson called field visit, and how to field visit, what is the question you have to prepare. Go through that, read that. Okay, read it. And report writing, how to write the report, that you will find everything in 10th standard. Okay, please keep in mind. Thank you students, I hope you have enjoyed.